folks, it's Amy from Colorado Mountain Living. Behind me you can see our vanity in finished condition. So in this video I wanted to show you Bryan's amazing router table and how he used that to design the doors of the vanity. So he did some raised panel looking doors and just some plain drawer fronts there, but you can see the stain contrast, the brown stain kind of matching the top of the vanity, and then the black in the background for the base cabinet, sort of a little bit of contrast there. So I think it's a nice blend, the brown and the blacks, to our finished vanity here. And then yeah, just kind of show you a little bit about the design of the drawers. First time Bryan's made drawers forever for furniture, and the assembly of the drawer slides and what goes into that. But I think definitely the interesting part is the design of the door and how he used the biscuit router or the biscuit joiner and the router table to kind of make those custom. So hope you guys enjoy the video and let us know what you think about the finished vanity. So the first step in designing the doors, Bryan is getting some wood planks here that he's going to join together. He's going to use the biscuit joiner for that, but that's how he's going to make the first face of the cabinet. So here you can see, you know, he's kind of lining everything up. This is the router kit he just bought, but trying to line up 3 of these boards together to make a firm surface. So the joinery techniques he's using here is with the biscuit joiner. So he's going to be joining together 3 planks of wood for the face of the door. And it's worked out quite well. Definitely been happy with that purchase so far. And then, as you can see, just clamping everything together, and then gluing, drying, setting it with some clamps there. So these will be cut down to size, but these are the 2 doors for the vanity. So next up is making the frames for the doors. I see what you're doing. Making a door frame.
Yep.
With a groove in the middle.
Yes, and then I'll put the raised panel in the middle.
The raised panel goes in the middle. Yeah. How about that? Smells like cedar.
Yep.
And again with the biscuit joiner to do the corners of the door frames as well. So that's just the main joinery we're using for the door cabinet.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a flat spot so that goes into the groove. And then I'm going to put a bevel up here, a 45 this way. To be flat, bevel.
Cool.
So now I just need to cut these down.
So concrete bowls, concrete sinks and concrete countertops aren't the only thing you've made with concrete. Bryan has made a router table with a concrete top. Yeah. This was about, what, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Yeah. Never even used it.
Never even used it. It was all planning ahead. So yeah. Some things, you know, are ahead of the game on. So
we made this fancy fence.
Fancy fence out of what, mahogany? No, cherry.
Cherry. Yep. See if it works.
See if it works.
Of course, I had it set up for the old vacuum. I don't know if this will. Oh, that fits. Perfect.
Ah. So the next step is taking this door. You're going to cut some grooves into the front panel. Channels.
And so this will work good because I can just set the fence and run through all the sides without having to like. So what I was gonna do is put up a straight edge on there, and you'd have to move the straight edge every time when I put it in the butt. So you'll see how this works now.
Explain this setup. You got a pump jack. What's the hell's that?
It's a 12-ton hydraulic jack. So that helps me because it's hard to push the router up and get it to right where you want it. So I can just I use the jack to push it up so I can get it precisely where I want it. And then I can lock it in place.
Okay.
Because otherwise it just moves around too much. You can't just hold it. Some if high quality ones got a little electric motor on them.
Okay. Well, I was wondering what the hell was holding on to it down there.
Yeah.
Clever.
So it's locked with the router lock, but I use the jack to get it into place. That way I can be very precise.
So first cut.
Well, it's just a practice piece. So what I need to do is I use this bit to put a 45-degree angle on right there.
Yeah.
And then I need to route a little bit off of here to make it just less than a 1/4 inch. And then, so that's for the panel. And then it'll go into the groove like that.
Okay.
So this will...
Oh, you need a place to hold the panel.
Right. So I gotta route this down so that it goes into the groove.
Yeah.
But I want to make it the flat part a little bit. I'm gonna have it so that the panel sticks up just a little bit from this face.
Okay.
So it'll be proud a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just 1/8 of an inch. So it'll be like that. So I'll only take off like a 1/16 or so from, or 1/8 inch from this side, and then it'll stick up like that. So yeah. So, but I want to get this practiced, and then I can run the panels through.
Cool.
Should be interesting. There's a bit of a curve to the panel, so we'll see how that works out. But hopefully with the big table, it'll just go through flat anyway, so it'll be more rough looking, which is fine. That's kind of what I want anyway. So.
So that's race panel.
Yeah, so now I'll put a bevel on it. So it'll be a 45-degree bevel
Okay.
on there. Straighten out, see how it's curved in?
Yeah.
It's concave here. When I go through, it should flatten that off as well. There's one of the... That's a biscuit right there.
Oh, okay.
I'll raise that up. So it only cuts a little less than 1/4. Oh, actually, I gotta let it down. Tight in the middle.
It's because of the warp.
Yeah, probably. I'll run it through again and take off just a little bit. I could feel it right there. Actually, I could just sand it a little bit and it'll go in. So. The little hammer. Put that in there. That fits in there good. Probably tight where that knot is. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
And I'll switch out for the bevel.
Switch out the router bit
Yep.
for the beveler bit. What's it called? Beveler bit?
It's just the chamfer bit.
Chamfer bit. It's a little tricky. See what you're doing, huh?
Yeah. I could pull it out, but I just needed to touch that.
Cool.
A little hand sanding. And I'll sand off some of this roughness.
Uh-huh. And then you do the fit into the frames.
Yep.
So you like your router table?
Yeah, it came out good. Seems to be working as it was planned, I guess.
What did you envision yourself doing? What kind of projects did you think you were going to be using it for?
Projects like this. Raised panel door. You can do tons of stuff with a router, so.
How's it coming together?
Tight.
Tight. So you just sanding.
Sanded it. It wasn't a big ridge in the middle. I was just trying to put it together.
So you glued it all? Pre-glued? Oh, I see the glue. Right there.
A catastrophe.
Catastrophe. When you were, what were you doing?
I had this hanging up on the between the door frame there, right there, and it slipped off, and the corner hit the ground, and the whole thing just fell apart. So, luckily, it didn't break the wood any. The joints just came apart. The glue.
Your whole door.
Yeah.
In 5 different pieces.
Yeah.
Oh. It's Humpty Dumpty. I'll put back together again,
Yep.
isn't it?
It is.
So the drawer slides didn't come with all the parts that were needed for drawers.
Well, they didn't come with the part attached to the drawer itself. The front mechanism. But the guy I bought the drawer slides from is just going to mail them to us. And I offered to pay, but he's like, no, I'll just send them to you. Because they're a separate cost. But I know for next time.
I guess once you get one drawer figured out, then the other ones shouldn't be too hard.
Right. Yeah. I think it's just the directions are so complicated that it's
What's that?
their measurements are to the 32nd, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you're gonna make something easy, you can make it 1/8 of an inch or 16. 32nd. I mean, my tape measure doesn't go that small. I gotta figure it out. It's kind of silly. So now I'm plotting the holes for that tab right there. So that's a locator tab. So you drill a hole and then it slides in. That's how the back of the drawer stays in place.
Mm-hmm.
One done.
One done. Oh, I see over here.
So it should be about 17 and a quarter.
In a 32?
Yeah. 17 and 11/30 seconds.
Oh, brother. Hey, precision is precision. You want good drawers? You go to the 32nd.
Right. Drawer face. Boom.
Boom.
Figure out their exact spacing. Oh crap.
This is like a tight work.
Yep.
So, these things you put in yesterday, that's got to hold the drawer guides on the back side.
Yes. I'll show you.
So the only thing you don't have is the...
The way to attach them. So if you pull the drawer out now, it's just the drawer comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not attached. It's a slide in the
Oh,
front.
okay. So there's a piece that's coming that's going to attach the... You'll be able to mount the drawer to the slide.
Right, yeah, it clips in the front of the guide,
Uh-huh.
and then that's what pulls the drawer back. Because it's not attached anyway. This is just a guide bush mark to keep the drawer in place. But
Yeah.
it doesn't attach to anything.
Uh-huh.
This goes into that hole in the back of the drawer.
Okay.
It's not screwed.
Right.
So once you get that thing, it locks in here, and then
Okay.
that's what actually pulls it. And then once I get the drawer fronts on, then I can adjust the guides. I put it in the middle so I can pull that out.
Uh-huh.
As you see, it sticks back a little bit. But
Oh, yeah. Okay.
you can always adjust them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at this point, it pulls it in. It pulls it in like an inch. So even if I leave it there, it'll be nice and tight against the thing. So.
Yeah.
But I have to each drawer front. I have to space them appropriately, so they won't go in the middle of the drawer. They'll go.
Oh.
This one might be a little bit low.
You're just going to space it for
And
the
then, yeah.
front of the cabinet.
Exactly. Just have a 3/4 inch mounting spot.
Mm-hmm. So these were the pieces that were missing from the order when you got the drawer pulls.
Yes.
And
And
so
you have to order them separately.
you have to order them separately. These are the drawer stops, which is keeps it.
They connect to the drawer slides.
Okay.
Keep the drawer. So when you pull the drawer out, the slides come out too, instead of just the...
Yeah. Next is you're putting on the faceplate or whatever you call it.
Yeah, but we gotta do that upstairs.
Oh.
I don't have any more screws, so I can...
So it clicks into place.
Yep.
Cool. You're marking the bottom of the...
Trying to space them out, see what they look like.
Hey, look at that. It's all finished. Whoa. Ah. Hit the kind of have to slam a shut. Nice.
These are soft glue.
Mm-hmm. How about that? $2,000 vanity right there.
2,500.
2,500. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely a lot of work, a lot of fun to be able to get to use some of those custom tools. I know he's been sitting on that router table for years, been waiting to use it. He's going to be using it some more for the upcoming stair treads. We're going to be working on, give you a sneak preview of what we're looking at here. Big chunks of wood, trying to whittle them down into stair treads. That's our next big project. So anyway, we're going to put on some drawer pulls this afternoon. Just Bryan had to run to the store to get the screws long enough to go through them. But I wanted to get this video out sooner than later because it's been a couple weeks. Nothing really exciting to report except more snow. We got more snow coming tonight and might be a big snow day tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But a lot of snow right now, middle of the winter, we're finished up one big indoor project, but we're going to be working on the stairs next. That's going to be huge. That's probably going to take up the rest of the winter, but we're going to keep you guys posted on all of that and let you know how things start to shape up with our custom-made spiral log staircase, guys. All right, we'll see you at the next video. Bye.